Happy with that?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so I like the way you're walking all over that door.
I tried not to.
Which was going to be used somewhere, but probably not now.
You walked on it.
Hi, Paul. Hi, it's Cam here, and we are at one of our projects, and I'm with my business partners. We got Rick over here.
How you doing?
And we got Felicity.
Hi.
And what we're going to do is we're going to have a little walk around our new project, which is a 5-bedroom ensuite.
Is this exactly how you bought it? In this condition?
Yeah, it's bought as it is. This was actually a sale directly from the seller.
Okay.
So it's actually a landlord, so it's a tired landlord.
Okay.
A local man here. And it's basically his back end of his portfolio. I mean, he hasn't refurbished his place clearly for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And he's basically made his money. What they're doing now is he's literally just wants to enjoy the money, really.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
He's not. He's a very astute investor, and astute investors. The good thing about them is they actually understand that they've got to leave something in there for someone who's actually going in as an investor.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than go to an estate agent, we basically got this through leafleting strategy. We put leaflet through the letterbox.
Okay.
And then what they did was, pick the leaflet up and he gave us a call. And from there, through conversations, he said, yeah, it's here. And we got it at a really good price. So this is a nice large room, as you can see. So this one's going to be an ensuite here, if you can imagine.
Yeah, okay. Where's the ensuite going?
So the ensuite is literally going to be where, right in front of us, there's a point here.
Okay.
In this section here. We've got the plans for this. So we're moving on to the next room. Our clientele here is students. So it's literally on the edge of student area, which means 15 minutes maximum walking distance.
Mm-hmm.
Any further away, we wouldn't get students coming in. But with this, we have, because it's, like I say, 15 minutes, so it's great. And the fact that, if you can imagine the potential, so we always look at the potential of what it's going to be looking like. Imagine really fresh, trendy place.
Yeah, it's good space.
Yeah, ensuite and all that. So this will be the lounge room area, which is a very nice sized room.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Are
definitely.
you getting rid of this, or are you going to make that a feature, or what's happening with the chimney breast?
So Ricky, the chimney, what we're doing is we're going to keep this in.
Okay.
Just because of 2 reasons. Saving costs.
Yep.
Because removing the chimney, yes, it gives a bit of extra space, but we don't really need that extra space.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to look fabulous. And also, secondly, if we do that, we've already got building control involved as well.
Yeah.
However, for this, we have to, for building control, it will be even more extra work and all of that kind of thing. So all of that kind of thing means lintels, it means steels, it also means now they actually want bracing around the sides as well, which is an extra requirement. So we're adding extra money for no
reason,
Exactly, yeah. So you get that. So that's kitchen.
Good size again.
So we got a good sized kitchen, absolutely.
A good amount of storage. That's really good for storage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bit of storage here.
Bit of storage.
Storage, bit of storage.
Love a good bit
Do you
of
want
storage.
to show the team the storage?
Yes, we can.
Because it's going to be students as well, so everyone's going to need their own kind of cabinets or cupboards. So the more storage you've got, the better, because obviously if you've got to say there's 5 people in it, there's got to be 5 separate cupboards for each person anyway, so the more storage you've got, the better. So that definitely works.
Each student needs one cabinet for worktop space and 1 cabinet above as well.
Mm-hmm.
So here we've got 5 individuals, so that is 5 of course.
Yeah.
So nice size kitchen. Now this is something interesting that we're doing. So Rick, do you want to explain this one then, as we've just discussed it?
So this was a bathroom, which is no longer going to be a bathroom, it's going to be a bedroom. So all this is coming out. And you can see that I've already started checking this wall. And this wall doesn't go up to the ceiling, as he said, so this wall isn't a load-bearing wall. So we can actually remove this wall and then use the additional space, which if you come back through here, you can actually get rid of the tanks and everything in here, and we use this wall as the actual bedroom wall. So I'm not quite sure
whether
whether
the ensuite is still going to be to that side.
Which makes sense because you've obviously got the drainage there as well, so you wouldn't have to put in any additional drainage. So that would make perfect sense to have that there.
So what we've done here is, we've had this checked by a structural engineer. We've also had one of our contractors come in, and where, as you can notice here, all of this, as Rick's just explained, isn't a structural wall. So happy days.
Yeah.
So we've got lucky on that one. This door, the outside door, this one here, is actually gonna be really only access for
this bedroom.
Oh,
this bedroom
nice.
here.
Okay, yeah.
So
this is going to feel like a kind of a separate place, isn't it? This room.
Yeah.
Essentially, with your own entrance. Good.
Yeah. So if this is the fire access at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this is gonna then here. This is all gonna be coming into the ensuite because it's gonna be a lovely ensuite, nice room where they've got their own entrance, as we just said.
Yeah.
If they want it to be, or they can come in, come in through the to the lobby area into the kitchen. To this sort of, there'll be a little small lobby here. How are we going to create a fire access?
Well, as you said, this has to be for the communal room.
Yes.
Because otherwise you'd have to lose space in the kitchen. So, as this is pretty much already kind of purpose built, you can actually just take down the bottom and make it a door into the garden.
Could you? Yeah.
Could
Got
you?
the door ready here, haven't you?
We've got a door here, probably not that one. Well, the idea is right, and on a serious note, 100% right. What we're going to do here is this. It's a nice little tip, actually. It's a nice little tip that the guys here come up with, and we've been discussing this. So, a nice little tip is you can always move a window like this, take all of this out, make it into a nice two doors open patio area.
Oh, yeah,
so it's going to open up into the yard, which means you've got the fire escape access, and you've got your room there.
That's brilliant.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's really good.
Yeah. Happy with that? You,
yeah, brilliant.
yeah, so I like the way you're walking all over that door.
I tried not to.
Which is going to be used somewhere, but probably not now.
Both of you walked on it.
So now we're going upstairs. Now we're coming upstairs. So now downstairs. So how many en-suites we got so far, guys?
For two.
One here and one on the far side.
Brilliant. So we got 2 en-suites.
So that means we must have 3 upstairs.
Excellent. So now we're moving upstairs. And so here we are. So in this room, there's going to be an ensuite.
Yeah. Where's?
Yeah. So it's quite tight.
Yeah.
So minimum. So let's test your knowledge now. Yeah. As we've been in the PPIC for a little while. Right. So minimum room sizes for HMO for a bedroom.
I've got this written down.
I've got it written down. I can't think of what it is though.
I can't remember.
Right. Quick Google then. But,
6 point something.
yes. Yeah. Quite right.
Yeah.
So 6.51 is the and it's nuts because it's actually mandatory.
Right,
So
okay.
we've got to get it at 6.51. So really important because HMO officers has already been in. So when you're doing these projects, we always make sure that we've got belts and braces approach.
Yeah.
So the belts and braces approach means. Why don't you come round here, then we can all stand together, can't we?
Probably not best to do it by the window, but yeah.
So 6.52 square meters
Yeah.
is the so in this room we've got 6.52 square meters, and that it has already been checked with the HMO officer. So we always get the HMO officer to come in and have a look and just make sure that they're happy with what we're doing. So that's already been done.
Yeah.
Really important, to be fair. Something that people miss. They do the work, and then they find they've got challenges, and then they have to redo the work.
Yeah. How easy is it to get the officer to come down?
So how easy is it? So it's literally diarising.
Okay.
So it's diarising. They're actually quite happy they're quite happy to come down, HM officers. You just got to make sure you got it in the diary. So that was literally an email send, and we confirmed it, and it was a week, and in a week's time they popped in.
And was that done before purchase?
That was done after purchase.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So reason being, we already had plan A, plan B, and plan C.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the plan A, plan B, plan C. One of the plans is that we don't have to have en suites.
Right.
So it still worked as a HMO.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, it still works as a family home anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, what we're doing is we're accelerating it to the max, really.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But to do that, we just wanted to make sure belts and braces.
Yeah.
Always get the HMO officer to just double check that, and that's what we did.
Makes sense.
And the 6.51, is that including or excluding the ensuite? Is that all together?
6.51 is excluding the ensuite area.
Oh, so you've got to have that amount
Okay.
once you put that
That's a
in.
good question.
Right,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
Including or excluding the ensuite?
Yes.
6.51.
Yeah, no, good point. So 6.51 is excluding the ensuite. So we've got to make sure that we've actually got enough space.
Makes sense.
To have the ensuite and that. And this is all being measured. So we've got drawings for this, or proving drawings.
Yeah.
So that's been measured.
Yeah, okay.
And that it will fit here. It's very tight.
Yeah.
But it's just enough.
Yeah.
That's good.
But the great thing about just enough, or just about is good enough.
Exactly.
So true.
All right, that's that one then.
Yeah,
So
good space.
you guys are asking all the difficult questions, but they're good questions. So carry on. So we've got a fourth one here. So this is traditionally this is 3 bedrooms upstairs. That's what it is, isn't it?
Of course, yeah.
2, and now but we're gonna So we've got 2.
Maximising the space.
Yeah.
So we've got the 2 downstairs. Third one we've been in there, which is a smaller room,
Yeah.
and in here we have another ensuite room.
Yeah.
So quick.
There's a door in there.
Lots of crosses.
Actually, yes, because one of the things that was really important
Yeah.
is before we actually do any work, it's really important that you get the layout right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I know that sounds simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the amount of people that don't do that, they'll just go in and do what they need to do, and then try to work it out afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, just a little bit of preparation
Yeah.
really helps. So actually, this is, you can see. Look, you see all the measurements. We've been sort of playing around with this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Seeing what
So
can
is this
we do.
going on suite hit this bit hit?
Absolutely, because again, it's quite tight.
Have you, when you were thinking about it, where the en-suites are going,
Yeah.
and we haven't been into the last room yet, so I don't know where it is. Was one of your thoughts was to get the ensuite on this side of the wall and then on the other side of the wall to make the plumbing easier and
Absolutely.
the drainage and everything else?
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. So that's definitely one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And another reason is you've got to think about it in some practical terms how to think of it, because you're going to have like real people that actually live in here.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to make they've got to be comfortable in where they live. So if you imagine there's an ensuite here, and this is the door over. We've got the door over here, so you're coming in through this door, and then we've got the ensuite here. But the thing is, where is the bed going to go?
Yeah, I was just thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you've got the heater there, so that takes out that wall. So yeah.
Next in the door with
Felicity, what do you reckon?
It's gonna have to be.
What do you reckon, Rick?
The only thing is you've got that window there as well, which doesn't really help.
There's the window there. It doesn't help.
Because if that window wasn't there, you could actually just have the bed going this way. But then because of the window there, you might.
And this is staying, obviously, isn't it? This
Yeah, because that's the chimney breast from downstairs.
Yeah, so the chimney breast we're keeping as we
Are you
explained.
going to move the heater?
The radiator over here potentially will move.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So what, you're going to have the bed?
Well, no, you can have the bed going this way
Right.
if the heater's not there. But if the heater's there, obviously you can't have the bed against the heater. That was the only.
Oh, yeah, you can
Because
have the bed.
you can't have it against a chimney breast.
Because then you're losing this
Yeah,
space as well.
we're not even losing the space because if you look at the depth of this wall, if it's a single bed, maybe. And then
Is
you
it going to be a
have.
single? Are they all single?
But then it'll be in the middle of the room.
It's just not, yeah.
Not some conversation.
Felicity has come up with the key point there of is it going to be single or is it going to be double?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be 3/4 of a bed.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, the, what do you call it, sizing? Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That kind of sizing. So it's going to be.
European sizing, is it?
It's like.
It's slightly smaller, I think. The European size.
Oh, maybe that's what they call them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we call them 3/4 beds. So they like a double bed, just slightly short, slightly less width,
Okay.
but it gives you the appeal of a big double bed.
Yeah.
And actually, it's enough space for someone, for individual. Keep in mind it's going to be an individual here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's a student.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I was a student, I had a single bed, so having a 3/4 size, that's given a little bit more than.
Love that one.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how cozy you like to get.
Nowadays, students won't just accept anything; they want a good accommodation.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure that's what we're going to do here. So what that means is, people are happy living in your place, and they'll pay you well, and at the same time, our place is going to be filled.
Yeah, man, that's good.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, 3/4 bed. So we're going to be a little bit creative with this space here.
Okay.
So this space over here, where we're going to have the ensuite.
Yeah.
So what we're going to have is a door which actually slides across.
Nice.
It's going to be quite cool and trendy.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit here.
Sounds it. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
have a hip face. Across here, we're hoping to get it across here.
Yeah.
Where we've got the, we've got the ensuite there, and it'll be flush against the wall.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be over this way, so on the length of the so they can actually walk around it. But once it's done, it'll look really nice because the side of the shower area and WC, the ensuite, will become the head space, if you like, of the bed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So they walk in, they've got the bed nicely along here,
Yeah.
and they've got a nice area over here to walk across.
Yeah, so you kind of walk in. So will you be walking into the ensuite this way?
Yeah. So Ricky's doing a demonstration right now. It's a good demonstration.
I'm like, yes, I'm not here. We have to.
That's the one. That's actually how it is. Yeah, and that works really well because you've got the door over here. So these are the things that you got to really plan.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
So you need wardrobe space, don't you?
Well,
Did you say the bed's here?
Yeah.
So this could be a good
Wardrobe
little.
space.
Yeah.
So Felicity's doing the. Yes. So. Yeah, absolutely. We got you're quite right. Wardrobe space over here. There's some great space-saving ways of actually doing it now, isn't there?
Yeah, that's true.
Real quirky stuff that you can do. So we'll be doing some of that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here's the final room.
Final destination.
Here we have it. So here is the 5th room.
Yeah.
Do a little swirl
Yeah, the master
of the
bedroom.
room. Lovely. So, comments, questions. What are your thoughts, business partners?
The floor is at level.
That's a good
And it's half
observation.
missing.
That's a good observation. So the floor is not level.
It slopes down that way.
Yeah.
And look at this. Can you see that? Look at that.
Yeah.
Now this would scare a lot of people, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I bet if you know what you're doing, there's nothing major there, is there?
What are these? Just balls
Nick's
on top?
hit the nail on the head if you pardon the pun. If you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
which is what this is all about. We don't know. So here, now this looks devastating, doesn't it? Look, another little picture there.
Yeah.
Yeah, devastating. Look at that. However, it's very superficial. It's actually really easy to rectify this. Now, what we've done is before we bought the property, we've actually brought a structural engineer to check the property itself.
Yeah.
So with the engineer, 2 ways of getting reports. One is a written report. That will be around £700. But what we've done is, we've actually got a visual report.
Okay.
The visual report is £300, where literally you don't get a written report. However, they'll visually say, yeah, it's okay, or it's a challenge, or it's a problem, or you know what, it's fine, carry on. So we've got a very good structural engineer. I like the old school type of structural engineers. They really know the stuff. They've been, and you want a local one, someone who's been brought up in the area. They know, actually everything that's been going on.
Yeah, makes sense.
They're aware of all of that.
Trying to get us in.
All in, yeah. So I got that going on. So what we're doing is, so we did that. He did a visual report. He said, yeah, it's all fine.
Cool.
He checked that. So this does need some work on it, but it's very, like I say, very minor.
Yeah.
So there's some like tie-ins that go in here. We call them in investor perspective. That's fine. And this is going to be rectified as well. So this looks like it's sloping, and it is a little bit, but it's not actually anything structural.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which actually, you know, these are like, this is where you find the golden, you know, this is where the gold is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things like this, which scares other people, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because then if no one's looking to buy it, I'm gonna go, oh, that's gonna cost X amount. Then you can come in, and then you're like, well, actually, I've got no other buyers anyway. So then the price obviously will. Whereas if you've got loads of people going, oh, this is a perfect property, then you're gonna have you're challenging against them, and that's gonna push the price up. So that makes sense.
So that's really important. Us being, you know, good business investors, and you know, taking care of people.
Yeah.
Over there, outside here, the windows you can notice, there's lots of traffic and so on going on. What are we going to do about it?
I mean, I guess you could frost the windows or something like that if you didn't want people looking in. But I mean, it's upstairs, and you can put curtains up or blinds up to stop. And it's double glazed as well, so that's going to reduce the noise. If it wasn't, then I'd definitely suggest that they would. I mean, that was a van just going past, and I could hardly hear anything anyway, so I wouldn't worry about the sound so much. Visually, like I said, you could put up blinds or something to stop thing, but I don't think you need to do much more than that, to be honest.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to leave it double glazing.
Yeah.
We could get into triple glazing, however, it really seems okay. If we get any challenges that, we might change to triple glazing, but at the moment it doesn't really what you said, Ricky, makes sense there. So we're going to keep it that. But we are going to actually, rather than change the frosted glass, because you know, at the end of the day, it's about spending money where you need to spend money.
Yeah.
And saving money where you need to save money.
Okay.
And here, what we're actually going to do is, on the windows, we're going to actually put some of that frosted plastic covering.
Oh yeah, like a little pattern or something, or just the whole thing.
The whole, yeah, we can have a look, you know.
I feel like I still want to be able to see out somewhere. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't like to not be able to, because if something's going on outside, you want to look out the window, don't you? I do anyway.
You could open it.
So I'd want at least some part of it too. So maybe just a pattern of it frosted, maybe. I don't know.
Very interesting point, that actually. So, see, this is the thing, you know, this is the dream team. That is how it is. Yeah? Because that is quite valid, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so we will look at that.
Maybe you could get, I mean, I don't know if it even exists, but if you could get like angled, you know, sometimes where you can see out, but people can't see in. So it's kind of angled in a certain way. It's right, because it's still the plastic that goes over the top. But if it was angled at a certain way, you could actually see out. But then anyone looking up, because of the angle of the plastic, the way it's sat, then they wouldn't actually be able to see it. Anyway, just a thought. I'm not saying it exists.
It's interesting. You know, innovation is happening here right now.
Exactly. If it doesn't, I'm going to invent it.
Hang on that one, patent that one. We're patenting that one. But yeah, that's something. Yeah, I mean, there's many creative ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite right. But we will go with the simple one, save money, and you know, great idea of you know, a really key point there. Actually, people want to look out the window, so we'll pick a design which is quite easy. But these are all, you know, all the little things that you've got to think about before you even start the project.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but it's not rocket science, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, but you know what? It's simple, but not simplistic.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, that's what it is. Lovely. So we've got a nice big room here. So the ensuite in here is going to be just over here. How excited are you feeling, Ricky? Between 1 and 10 right now?
10.
Felicity, I don't really need to ask you, but I will ask you. How exciting are you feeling between 1 and 10 right now?
I'm over it.
See, she's so excited, she's forgotten how to speak.
Your video in the window.
Oh.
It was over there.
Oh, right, got it.
10, definitely 10, yeah.
Oh, right, so Felicity's been 10 as well. Right, 10 there. So it's Kam Dovedi and Ricky and Felicity, the team in the Premier Property 57 Club project.
Cheers.